In this clip, we're going to talk about optimizing our pooping in a little bit more consideration of the pelvic floor specifically. So ideally, we're getting our nervous system regulated, we're feeling really good, but sometimes these pelvic floor muscles get in the way and we want to work on optimizing them and their function as well. So our pelvic floor supports our rectum, and this tension in the pelvic floor creates a kink in our rectum that keeps poo inside of our body. This is really good. We need this. This is called an anorectal angle. So if your rectum didn't have, so this is our rectum back here, and then this is our anus here. And our pelvic floor loops from the front to the back and is what creates this bend, essentially, in the rectum to the anus, anorectal angle. At rest, this angle should be at 90 to 110 degrees. That's what keeps the poo inside of our body, the kink in the hose, okay? When we poop, the pelvic floor relaxes and allows this angle to straighten out, okay? So now we don't have a kink, this straightens out, the poo can come straight down the chute. Knees higher than hips, like putting your feet on a stool or squatty potty, can be very, very helpful for this for some. We have to consider, though, that if this doesn't work for you, that doesn't mean that you're unfixable. We have to consider that there's different angles at play when we're considering this anorectal angle, not just front to back, but also side to side, okay? So if this picture is looking at our pelvic floor from the bottom, so if you're on the table and the provider is looking at your perineum coming up at it, okay? This is your vaginal opening, and this is the anus, and this is the pelvic floor. So if you were looking at this person's pelvic floor, this is the right side, this is the left side of the muscles that loop around that anus. If they're a little elongated on one side and a little shortened on the other, that's going to influence that kink from left to right. And so if we have some side-to-side involvement of that kink, just bringing both knees up may not solve all of our pooping or pelvic floor tension problems. Some people are tight in both sides in the back of that pelvic floor, which is why sometimes the squatty potty is really, really helpful. Okay, so there are many ways we can adjust our position. You can push your knees into the middle, you can put one foot on the squatty potty, you can twist either direction, you can do a little bit of hip internal or external rotation, depending on your body's patterns and asymmetries. I'm going to show a video where I'm demonstrating more of this, but I'm showing a number of examples in these pictures I had professionally taken of me sitting on the toilet, right? And so what works optimally for you will depend on your pattern and asymmetry, but we're going to explore these throughout the series. There's going to be a video on pooping, different pooping postures and options you can try, but again, step stool, knees in, back expansion, asymmetrical sitting positions, asymmetrical thoracic positions, that can all be really, really